Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will show how to crochet a starry tent for this scene. I show how to crochet the baby and the angels in separate videos, and will leave links to those videos in the description. I am going to use crochet cotton thread size 10 in white color and a little silver thread for the border. And my hook is almost 2 millimeters. It's also important to keep in mind that you will need something round with the diameter of about 12 inches to shape the tent. At first, I was using this old globe, which worked fine, but it's not easy to use pins on it. So I decided to buy this styrofoam half sphere, which also has the diameter of about 12 inches, and it works very well. I bought mine on Amazon, and I will leave the link in the description in case someone needs it. The star tent is a quarter of a sphere that is made like a soccer ball. As it is well known, any soccer ball is made mostly of hexagons, with a few pentagons among them to give a soccer ball its round shape. Using this principle, my son calculated and made this pattern for me for a quarter of a ball, which consists of 12 hexagons, 3 here, 5 here, 2 and 2, 4 pentagons here, 12 half hexagons, 6 and 6 here, and 2 irregular pentagons on the sides. This is what the parts that we need to make look like. This is a hexagon, the corners are here. This is a pentagon, half of the hexagon, these are the corners, and this irregular pentagon, corner here, 2 here, and 1 will be here. They are all made using the same principle. I use magic loop a lot in my crocheting, but this time I decided to start with chain 6 to be able to include the end of the thread in my work this way and reduce the cleanup time at the end because we are making so many small parts here. So chain 6, then 12 double crochets in chain 6 with chain 1 between them, then 2 rounds of single crochets separated by chain 5, and in the last round we are making groups of 3 double crochets and 6 double crochets, 3 double crochets and 6 double crochets, but those 6 are also divided into 2 parts, and between all those groups of 3 we are going to make chain 2. The pentagon is made using the same principle, but instead of 12 double crochets, we'll be making 10, and the rest is the same. And I will show how to make these two a little later. Let's start with a hexagon. So I will start with chain 6. A slip stitch in the first chain, chain 3 instead of the first double crochet, and chain 1 for separation. So we'll always start with chain 4 instead of 3. Now I'm including this end of the thread in my work and am making double crochets, chain 1, the next double crochet, chain 1, so I have 3 now, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 double crochets separated by chain 1, and a slip stitch in the third beginning chain, like this. Now we'll make a slip stitch in the first chain, and chain 1 instead of the first single crochet, and chain 5. So we'll always begin with chain 6 instead of 5. And now a single crochet between the next 2 double crochets, chain 5, a single crochet between the next 2, chain 5, a single crochet, chain 5, and continue like this until you come to the end, to the 11th. Chain 5, because number 12 will be a little different. This is number 11, a single crochet, and now instead of the last chain 5, I'm making chain 2 and a double crochet in the first beginning chain that we consider to be a single crochet, like this. Now we are making another round similar to what we just did. We'll start with chain 6 and then a single crochet in chain 5, chain 5, a single crochet in chain 5, chain 5, a single crochet and chain 5. Continue like this and finish this round the same way as we finished the previous one. Now we'll start making the last round of the hexagon. Chain 3 will replace the first double crochet and 2 more double crochets in the same chain 5. Chain 2 will always be made between the groups of 3 double crochets. In the next chain 5, we are making 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. This is going to be the corner between 3 and 3 double crochets. Chain 2. In the next chain 5, 3 double crochets. Chain 2. In the next chain 5, 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and 3 more. This is another corner. Chain 2, next chain 5, 3 double, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, Next chain 5, 3 double crochets, and one more corner, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. Continue working around, please, like this, alternating 3 double crochets and 3 double crochets and 2 groups of 3 double crochets. At the end of the round, after 3 and 3 double crochets, make chain 2 and a slip stitch in the third beginning chain, and cut off the thread. Now, all the next hexagons should be connected to the previous ones in the last round. They can be connected in any order, but I will consider this hexagon to be my first one. Now I'm going to make this one, and it means I will need to make a connection here on this side, just on one side, which means 4 corners can be made before I start making connection. I have already made this second hexagon with the 4 corners, and I want you to make it on your own now when you know how to make those, and then I will show you how to continue, how to finish this last round making connections to the first one. So now I have made these 3 double crochets. I have 3 arches left. I'm making chain 2, another group of 3 double crochets, chain 1 instead of 2, because now I'm going to start making this connection, and we always start connections in the corners. There will be a corner here and there is a corner here. You can choose any corner, does not matter. Insert the hook in this corner and pull the hook through and make another chain. Now, because this is a corner, we'll need to make another group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. We are making another connection now, this time between these groups of 6 and 3. Once again, insert the hook and chain 1. Now I'm making a group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. In next chain 5, chain 1, and a connection here between this group of 3 and the corner. Pull the hook, chain 1, and we have the last corner left. We'll make a group of 3 double crochets, chain 1, and here we have a corner. Insert the hook, pull it to the front, chain 1, and one more group of 3 double crochets. Now chain 2 as usual and the slip stitch in the third beginning chain. Cut off the thread. This is what every connection will look like. So now we have 2 hexagons connected. Please make another one on your own and also connect it on just one side, and one more and connect it on this side. After that, I am going to show how to make this hexagon and connect it on 3 sides. I am now working on this hexagon, and as I can see on this pattern, I need to connect it on this side. So I am turning it over, and I'm inserting the hook here, making 3 double crochets, chain 1, a connection, chain 1, and so on. Okay, this is going to be my next connection here. This is what it looks like when the 3rd hexagon is connected here. Now I'm going to make this one. So my connection will be here between this corner and this corner. This is what my work looks like after I joined the 4th hexagon. As you can see, I used markers to mark the first 3 hexagons to make them my point of reference. So I'm here now, and I'm going to move in this direction, making these hexagons and connecting them. And as we can see, the next one should be connected along 3 sides, which means we are going to use 4 corners, which means I'll start making that hexagon, we'll make 2 corners only, and then start the connection process. So please make that hexagon, and then I will continue how to connect it to the ones that we already have here. So here is my next hexagon. I have made 2 corners and started the next one. I will make chain 1, and we'll find this corner because I need to make connections here, here, and here along these sides. I will insert the hook between groups of 3 and 3. We'll make chain 1 and 3 more double crochets in the same chain. 5. Chain 1. Now the usual connection. And 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, another connection here, and we are beginning the next corner. Chain 1, and here we already have a corner where we have made the connection between these 2 groups of 3 double crochets and these 2 groups. So we'll insert the hook between them like this, and we'll pull the hook through, chain 1, and the rest of this corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, continue connections, three double crochets, chain 1, a connection here, chain 1. We are moving on to the next chain 5 for one more corner. So 3 double crochets, chain 1, and once again we already have this connection, 2 groups of 3 and 3 double crochets. I will insert the hook between them. Chain 1, we'll finish this corner with 3 double crochets in the same space. Chain 1, a connection here, and now one more group of 3 double crochets, chain 1, a connection here, and the last corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and here we have a corner, chain 1, one more group of 3 double crochets here, chain 2, and a slip stitch, and this one is done. Now please continue working like this, adding more hexagons. So we have made these 3 and these 2. Continue moving in this direction, adding hexagons, then make 2 more here and 2 more here. Sometimes you will need to use 2 sides to connect them. Sometimes when you move here, you will have 3 sides again. Depends on the pattern. And when you are done with all 12 hexagons, make 4 pentagons. As I mentioned before, they are made using the same pattern, just instead of 12 double crochets here in the first round, you make 10. And then the same 2 rounds of single crochets and chain 5, and the same round of 3 double crochets divided by chain 2, and connect those pentagons in these places. You will need to have 4 of them. For example, this one will go here and will be connected using 3 sides. After you are done with all this, come back to the video and I will show how to make those half hexagons and these 2 5 pentagons. This is what it looks like when all 12 hexagons are made. This is what it looks like after I made and added 4 pentagons. And now it's time to start working on half hexagons. Half hexagon starts as a usual hexagon with the chain 6, in which we'll make 12 double crochets separated by chain 1. But then instead of 12 arches, we'll make just 8 in the second row and 7 in the third row. And then, as usual, we'll be alternating those groups of 3 and 6 double crochets made in those arches, and we are going to be using this last row for making connections. So let's start with chain 6 as usual, a slip stitch, chain 4, a double crochet, chain 1, a double crochet, and so on. I have made 4 now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Chain 1 and a slip stitch in the third beginning chain, another slip stitch, chain 6, a single crochet. This is going to be the first arch, chain 5, the second one, the third, the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and the last one as usual, chain 2 and a double crochet, 8 arches, chain 6. Now on the other side we are making those arches of 5, there will be 7 of them. So this is number 4, 5, 6, and the last one, once again as usual, chain 2 and a double crochet. Now we are going to make chain 3 on the other side. We'll make 2 double crochets, chain 2, and the beginning of the corner, chain 1. This is where we are going to start making connections. Let's look at our scheme. The connections can be made in any order, but I'm just going to start here. We'll move to the left and then continue on the other side. As we can see here at the beginning, there is nothing to connect to, and this is the side we've just made, this one. So now I'm going to start connecting to the pentagon first. Then we'll connect to this hexagon and we'll leave the next side open, not connected. So this is the side of the pentagon that we are going to connect to first. This is the corner, and I'm making a usual connection, chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Chain 1, a connection in the next chain space, chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Chain 1, another connection, chain 1, the next corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and here we already have a connection, so we'll insert the hook between those groups of double crochet, chain 1, and 3 more double, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, a connection, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, a connection, and 1 more corner, chain 1, and this is the corner we are going to use for connecting, chain 1, finish this corner with 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. That's it, cut off the thread. This is what it looks like now. This is a pentagon, a hexagon, and our half hexagon. The next hexagon will need to be connected right here at the beginning. So I'm going to make the first 3 rounds, and then I will show how to start this connection. So I have finished this 3rd round, have made 7 arches in the last one. And this time, instead of chain 3, I'll make chain 2. I will turn work over, and we'll make a connection in this first double crochet here. And then I will continue with double crochets, 1, 2. So I have made 3 double crochets, chain 1, and now usual connections here first, chain 1, a corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and this connection between the groups of double crochets, chain 1, finish the corner, and continue making and connecting those half hexagons this way until you have made all 12 of them. When you finish making them, come back to the video and I will show how to make and how to connect the last 2 pieces and how to make the border. I have now finished making these half hexagons, 6 here and 6 here. And now we need to make 2 irregular pentagons for these sides. Those pentagons will start as usual with 12 double crochets, but in the next row we'll make only 6 arches of chain 5, and in the following 5. So I will start as usual with chain 6, we'll make a slip stitch, chain 4 at the beginning, and then double crochets separated by chain 1. Now I've made 4 and need to make 12 of them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chain 1 and a slip stitch in the third chain, another slip stitch, chain 6 as usual at the beginning, a single crochet between double crochets, chain 5, another chain 5, one more, and one more. I need to make 5, and then as usual chain 2 and a double crochet at the end. So 6 arches all together. Chain 6 again, and single crochet, chain 5, a single crochet, chain 5, a single crochet, one more single crochet, and the last, once again as usual, chain 2 and a double crochet in the last chain. Now chain 2 and we'll start making connections. So this is the side of our work, and we'll make the first connection in this first double crochet. And now 2 more double crochets. Chain 1, and we'll continue with those connections in each chain 2. Now we are making a corner, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and here we already have a corner. We'll put a hook between them and pull the hook through, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the same, chain 5. Chain 1, another connection here in chain 2, chain 1, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, another connection, 3 double crochets, 2, 3, chain 1, another connection in the corner here, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the same, chain 5, another connection in chain 2, and the last group of 3 double crochets, and a slip stitch in the last double crochet here on this side. And that's it. Cut off the thread. This is what this corner looks like. Please make another one on the other side, but this time do not cut off the thread because we are going to use it for the border. I have finished both sides now and can start working on the border. It is going to be pretty easy. It's 2 rounds of single crochet stitches. The first round is in white color and the second in any color of your choice. I'm going to use silver. We'll continue working on the same corner that we just made. We'll make chain 1 instead of the first single crochet, and then under each double crochet we'll be making 2 single crochets. Try to make them quite loose. 2 in this space, 2 in the next space. But here in the corner, because we need to make it a little more defined, we'll be making 2 single crochets in each chain 1 space. 2 in this, 2 in the second one, and in the next one, because it is in the middle, we'll make 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll continue with 2. 2 here, 2 in the next space, and continue with 2 again, 2 and 2 once again. Try to make them quite loose. Now 2 in this double crochet on the side of it. Check if there is any thread left. You might want to include it in your work to make the cleanup process easier. So 2 in the next double crochet, 2 here again, 2 in this double crochet, and now we go to the side of this half hexagon, which we want to level a little. So we'll just make 3 single crochets here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll continue with 2 in each double crochet that we have here. 2 here, 2 in the next one, and so on. Continue working like this, please. If you crochet tightly, you might want to make 3 single crochets instead of 2 in each of these spaces. I tried it, but I thought this one looked better. So continue making a border like this, and when you are done with the first round, make another one using different color, a round of single crochets. This is what the border looks like when it's finished, pretty straight. After the crocheting part is done, it's necessary to starch it. If you are not sure how to make a starch solution, I have a video on my channel. Please watch it if you want to. Then put what you crocheted in a warm starch solution for a few minutes. Take it out, wring it out well, and stretch it on the prepared mold. Leave it to dry for about 24 hours. This is it for today. I hope you liked the video and you found it useful. If so, please push the like button. And if you enjoy crocheting such things, consider subscribing to the channel and pushing the bell button to be informed of all the new developments on the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.